We thought we knew Chadwick Boseman, King T'Challa, an icon of strength, dignity, and an extraordinary life unfolding before our eyes. But then, like a bolt from the blue, a revelation from his mentor, his brother Denzel Washington, shook us all. In a gut-wrenching, emotional moment, Washington lifted the veil of secrecy, dropping a bombshell of information that stunned everyone, the heartbreaking truth about Chadwick's final days, about the silent, courageous battle against cancer that he hid behind the spotlight, even while giving us his most powerful performances. The story of Chadwick Boseman, the proud King T'Challa, an icon of strength and hope. When Denzel Washington, a mentor, his voice breaking with emotion, revealed the final, painful pieces of Chadwick's final days, the world fell silent. We thought we had witnessed an extraordinary journey, but behind the curtain, another, more brutal and silent war had been going on for 4 years. Today, we are not simply recounting the life of an outstanding actor. Together, we will step into the heart of that tragedy, delving into Chadwick Boseman's relentless battle against colon cancer, the hidden enemy that silently ate away at him even when he was at the peak of his glory. We will discover why he chose to keep it a secret, the extraordinary determination that kept him going, and finally, how his death reshaped the immortal legacy of a warrior. Diagnosed with stage 3 colon cancer, 2016. It was a pivotal year in Chadwick Boseman's career. After his resounding success as Jackie Robinson in 42 2013 and James Brown in Get On Up 2014, his name was on the rise. Hollywood recognized his special talent, his ability to transform complex historical figures with incredible depth and authenticity. That same year, he made his debut as T'Challa in Captain America: Civil War, a fateful role that would soon make him a global icon. The spotlight was at its brightest. The future seemed limitless. But in the midst of his rise, a shadow fell over his life. Chadwick Boseman received a diagnosis, stage 3 colon cancer. This diagnosis was like a thunderbolt. At the age of 39, a relatively young age for colon cancer, Chadwick was facing a life and death crossroads. All his plans, all his dreams, all his intentions were suddenly placed under the shadow of illness. Faced with the devastating news, Chadwick Boseman made a decision that would later astonish the world: keep his illness a secret. Only a very small circle of his closest family and a few members of his management and medical team knew the truth. Why the silence? We will probably never know the full reasons that were at work in Chadwick's mind, but we can speculate based on his personality and actions. Protecting career and opportunity, the entertainment industry, especially Hollywood, is a tough one. A serious cancer diagnosis may have been considered too big a risk for studios, affecting casting, especially for physically demanding roles like the superhero Black Panther. He may have feared that going public with his illness would close the door to the roles he craved, the stories he wanted to tell. Chadwick had a deep sense of purpose and the power of art. He didn't want to be distracted by pity or unwanted attention. He wanted to continue to contribute, to finish unfinished projects, to tell important stories, especially those that uplifted the voices and images of people of color. Keeping it a secret allowed him to maintain a sense of normalcy, to focus his energy on his work rather than facing scrutiny or special treatment. He was already a private person. Going public with his illness would have brought media attention to his personal life and his family, something he had always tried to avoid. He wanted to protect his loved ones from the burden of unnecessary attention and allow them to face this ordeal in private. This decision, while well-reasoned, placed an unimaginable burden on Chadwick's shoulders. Not only did he have to fight the physical illness, but he also had to carry the psychological burden of hiding a huge truth, having to act like a healthy person in front of the public and most of his colleagues. What made the whole world bow their heads in admiration after the truth was revealed was the enormous amount of work and the top artistic quality that Chadwick Boseman brought during the 4 years of fighting cancer. The period from 2016 to 2020 was the peak period of his career. This coincided with the time he had to undergo numerous surgeries and chemotherapy. Look back at the films he participated in during this period. Marshall 2017, Thurgood Marshall, Black Panther 2018, Avengers, Infinity War 2018 and Avengers, Endgame 2019, 21, Bridges 2019, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom 2020, his final role, Levy Green, a talented but ambitious and tragic trumpet player. This is considered one of the best performances of his career, filmed when his illness was already severe. How could he do it? That is the question that Denzel Washington and many other colleagues had to exclaim later. They remembered Chadwick's absolute professionalism, meticulous preparation, and tireless dedication on set. He never complained, never asked for favors. He came early, left late, and always gave his all. Denzel Washington, in a choked-up, emotional way, shared about Chadwick's inner strength. He said he had wondered about Chadwick's fatigue during filming, but had no idea what the real cause was. He only saw an actor who was giving his all to his role, someone who lived life to the fullest and didn't let anyone know what he was going through. The truth is, behind that calm and professional exterior was a body that was struggling. Chemotherapy was physically draining, painful, and tiring. Surgery left scars and required recovery time. Maintaining the physical strength for action roles must have been torture. Images of his obvious weight loss in the final months of his life, which had caused concern and speculation online, were now viewed with double pity and admiration. It wasn't preparation for a role, but a sign that the fight for life was coming to an end. His trips to St. Jude's Research Hospital became even more extraordinary. A man facing death devoted his limited time and energy to bringing joy, hope, and empathy to children also battling cancer. He wasn't just a hero on screen, he was a real-life hero, using his own pain to connect and share. From an initial diagnosis of stage, the third in 2016, Chadwick Boseman's colon cancer continued to progress. Despite all efforts at treatment, it eventually metastasized, reaching stage the fourth. Stage the fourth means that cancer cells have spread through the bloodstream or lymphatic system to distant organs in the body, most commonly the liver and lungs. This is the final stage. It was in the final stage, knowing that time was running out, that Chadwick performed his final roles with incredible intensity and emotional pressure. His role as Levy Green in Ma Rainey's Black Bottom is a clear example. Levy was a complex character, talented but also full of anger, hurt, and ambition, tempered by racial injustice and personal tragedy. Many critics commented that Chadwick seemed to pour all of his pain, resentment, passion, and even the shadow of impending death into this role. It was a fierce performance, a powerful farewell to the art. This performance earned him a Golden Globe and a prestigious Oscar nomination after his death. On August 28, 2020, Chadwick Boseman breathed his last breath at his home in Los Angeles. He passed away peacefully, surrounded by his wife, Taylor Simone Ledward, who had been by his side through his most difficult years. The cause of death was confirmed to be complications from stage the fourth colon cancer. His passing, despite signs of declining health, was still a huge shock. His family's first public disclosure of details of his 4-year battle with cancer shocked the world. The news cast a tragic shadow over his entire career. Every smile, every action, every powerful moment on screen was now seen through the lens of a man silently enduring physical pain and mental burden. Chadwick Boseman has left this world, but the story of his life and death will resonate forever. He was not only a talented actor, a cultural icon, he was a warrior who faced the most brutal of enemies, illness and death, with courage, dignity, and a fierce sense of purpose. His 4-year silent battle with colon cancer, a battle hidden behind a smile and top-notch performances, eventually became an integral part of his extraordinary legacy. What do you think about Chadwick Boseman's death? Leave your comments below. We hope you found this video helpful. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next videos. Bye.